From Care 11. Woman sues Ramsey County alleging jail staff caused her catastrophic injuries while in custody. By Samantha Fischer. The lawsuit alleges 7 correctional officers engaged in unconstitutional use of force against Miri Mozuch-Stafford, causing severe injury to her left leg. St. Paul, Minnesota. A Minnesota woman is seeking upwards of $10 million from Ramsey County, claiming jail employees caused her catastrophic injuries and refused her medical treatment while in custody. A lawsuit filed in district court on September 15 alleges at least 7 correctional officers engaged in unconstitutional use of force against Miri Mozuch-Stafford, causing severe injuries to her left leg. The lawsuit further alleges a doctor employed by Ramsey County was aware of the severity of Mozuch-Stafford's injuries but did not seek adequate treatment on her behalf. Court documents reveal the events leading to Mozuch-Stafford's injuries began early on February 8, 2021. According to the lawsuit, Mozuch-Stafford was arrested by St. Paul police at a local hotel where she was accused of disorderly conduct. Mozuch-Stafford was then taken to the Ramsey County Jail, where records suggest she was cooperative, not ill or injured, did not report any immediate medical concerns and walked with a normal gait at the time of her admission and booking. The lawsuit goes on to say as she was brought to a holding cell, she engaged in a verbal exchange with jail officers, which resulted in a disorganized and unreasonable takedown maneuver, while Mozuch-Stafford remained handcuffed. It was then, Mozuch-Stafford would later find out, she suffered a fractured left leg and a severed artery. Mozuch-Stafford alleges the defendants then shackled her legs, despite being aware of her pain and injuries. The lawsuit says she was then left alone in her cell, hands and feet bound, until another jail employee briefly entered to evaluate her for foot pain. Still, the lawsuit alleges, Mozuch-Stafford did not receive medical treatment. About an hour later, documents say officers entered Mozuch-Stafford's cell and removed her handcuffs and leg shackles. But it wasn't until more than 6 hours after the removal of the restraints that a jail doctor examined Mozuch-Stafford's injuries. In a medical note, the doctor wrote Mozuch-Stafford exhibited swelling in her leg and was in severe pain, while indicating it was apparent Mozuch-Stafford would need immediate medical attention. The lawsuit alleges that despite the staff's knowledge of the extent of Mozuch-Stafford's injuries, it wasn't until another 9 hours later that she was transferred to the hospital to receive medical attention. Mozuch-Stafford underwent multiple invasive orthopedic, vascular, and skin graft surgeries, and her left leg was left severely and permanently disfigured. The lawsuit says Mozuch-Stafford is seeking compensation for damages as a result of her injuries, including pain and suffering, emotional distress, disability, loss of employment of life and disfigurement, in amounts reasonably believed to exceed $10 million.
And to the left leg of Miri Mozuch-Stafford is so grim, we are blurring the image below the knee that was filed from jailhouse surveillance cameras. Story. At one point here, while entering a holding cell, they say there was a verbal exchange and the inmate was gang tackled to the ground. That is where Mozuch-Stafford apparently saw.
It's built into the Ramsey County policy. If someone's in your custody and care, then you have to take care of them.
And those attorneys went on to say that because this woman would spend a month in the hospital, rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills, and now suffers from permanent disfigurement, he said no comment today about pending litigation when I asked him to respond to the allegations.